All right, we are back with the camera after a lengthy malfunction, as Hayden will fix us up with the scores that were missed while I was going through the computer.
A lot of lead changes. I was keeping a close eye on it. Black so far, goal from Sawicki, as you heard on the previous stream, only the radio version though. Followed up by goals by Petrov, Orvitz, and Morehouse over on red. The Humphrey brothers combining on a goal apiece, as well as Caden Harvey getting his first, and Luke Malbouf.
So now we pick up with red in possession, just under 12 minutes to go in this first half. Harvey will try and send it in front, can't find a stick. Forward picked up by Love. Love will move it forward. Gibson, shot just goes high and wide and into the netting for a whistle, and we can now catch our breath after running back and forth to the computer.
Honestly, a pretty good effort from you there, Keels. It went out about right before as the game pretty much started, and now 11 minutes into this first half, I should say. That's pretty good run time.
Yeah, I try my best.
That's 10 minutes, no whistle.
Yeah.
We're back up and running.
So we get ready. 11-13 currently running on the clock. Score is 4-4. Shots are 6-6. 2 saves apiece for Mistretta and Fry.
Say it's not surprising to see a score this high this early. It's the first game everyone's just kind of getting used to being back.
Rosensteel puts on a move, can't get it across to Jukes. Jukes now putting on the Jukes in the corner. Back to the point does Mario Smith. Smith will leave it. Rosensteel into the slot, shot saved away by Fry, and another whistle quickly.
Mario Smith, one guy I touched on when the broadcast was down, played for Purple last year, and now trading sides the team they beat in the championship game. And he was a fan favorite of that Purple squad. And you saw we're going to see Purple later on. They have a lot of that same roster coming back. Mario Smith, not one of them.
Moving forward is Black. Petrov tries to dance around Smith, can't do so. It's going to be sent the length of the ice. And an icing as Orvitz the first one to get there.
Orvitz sharing the captain duties with Morehouse this year. Going to transfer into Merrimack College next season. He's going to have a much bigger role on this year's Team Black squad.
Another face-off in front of Mistretta to his left. Sawicki will take the draw. He'll win this back to Morehouse. Morehouse into the slot. Sawicki shot. Save made by Mistretta.
It was kind of funny for the 10 minutes we were off. 8 goals were scored. And then when we come back online, it's been 2 minutes and there's been nothing.
Yeah.
You guys really had to do this to us?
Yeah. We had to miss all the action. Morehouse is shot from the point. Save Mistretta. Bounces up and right in front of him. Smith will take it. Battle in the corner. Out of it is Petrov. Back to Morehouse. Morehouse circles down. Passes back to him in the slot. Moves in. Save made by Mistretta on Morehouse. Great give and go there with Sawicki. As now here is Rosensteel. And on Fry, save made off the top of the net. Great saves on both sides.
It's been a really good showing here between Mistretta and Fry the last couple of minutes.
Here comes Black. Petrov. Behind the net. Into the slot. Just can't find the stick of Boyson. And here comes Christian Humphreys, the captain. Give and go. Fanning on the shot. There was Jukes. 3-on-2, and Jukes misses it. Malbouf in his own zone. He'll move that one up. Tomko's pass just out of reach. Black on the counter attack. Morehouse can't find the stick of Boyson. But a clearing attempt goes right to Tyler Love. Love barely keeps it onside. Belsterling leaves it. Petrov can't find anyone except Humphreys. Now here comes Orvitz. Orvitz pass across. Shot there goes wide. Black Sterling in. Petrov, shot, save made, goes up in the air behind the net. Malbouf sends it the length of Tomko. Waits at the line. Holds, can't get around the one. Great stick there from Gibson. Humphreys tries to dance around. He will to the slot. One more. What a save there. by Fry. I believe he got him with the stick.
Yeah, Carson Fry didn't play in any action this year in the NCAA for Wisconsin River Falls. Getting challenged early in one of the first game actions for him. A beautiful stop.
Humphreys. Behind the net. Spin around to the point. Just past Malbouf. Just kicked it too far. Malbouf back to Humphreys. Humphreys spinning. Gets his pocket picked by Orvitz. He'll clear it. Too far for Belsterling. Is out to get it to Mistretta. Who move it. Turned over. In all alone. They scores. Cohen Belsterling picks a pocket, and then dangles around Mistretta, who was trying to get back in his net.
It was a long shift for Will Tom Cohen crew, and trying to clear that one out. Belsterling all over him to beat Mistretta to get Black back the lead. It's 5-4. We've about 6.5 to go.
And our first visual goal of the season.
It is. Sorry for the no clock either. I hope everyone enjoys the new scorebug. Andrew put a lot of time in. Got to change it up.
Yeah. Rosensteel behind the red net. He'll start moving it forward. Slips that one up to Harvey. Harvey tries to get over to Humphreys off a black stick. Into the slot, blocked away by Gibson. Gibson tries to find Morehouse. Too far out of his reach. And icing on the call.
The close ref called nice, and the far ref said no.
Oh.
But they're going to give the advantage here. It's a Team Red as their specialty. Offensive zone faceoffs. Off icings. Too many lethal shooters on this team. Those simple mistakes.
JC will win that over to the wall. Wrapping around his Rosensteel into the slot. Tries to find his way to Humphreys. Can't get there. Love up to Gibson. Justin Gibson gets stopped by Harvey. Great back check by Harvey. Orvitz takes a tumble behind the net. Still has it, though. Getting around a lot of red. Eventually will lose it, though. And here comes this red team. Barely onside. Back and forth action and a goal. That time by Caden Harvey.
Harvey second in the game for the newcomer. One of the first round picks Red had in their back pocket. They had a couple. And they got some lethal players in Rosensteel and Harvey. And both make an impact early on in different aspects of the score sheet. Harvey might play in the OHL next season with the new rules in place. Played for Penn's Elite last year. Has a commitment to Penn State later on. Could see him in the OHL just like Christian Humphreys did.
Belsterling's shot. Blockered away there by Mistretta. Humphreys dancing around behind the net. A little bit out of his reach and now fighting for it with Petrov. Belsterling for Black. Over. Pass all the way across and a goal there by Aiden Petrov. And Black takes back the lead. It's 6-5.
The game of newcomers, that's Petrov second as well in his GOAT debut. Just need a couple more guys throughout this game to get in the score sheet. Everyone gets the monkey off their back very early in the season.
Humphreys dancing around in the corner. He'll pass it back to the point. Smith. Smith will leave it with his slot. Wrapping back around. Malbouf still with it. Pressured by Love. Move over to Humphreys. Humphreys puts on the brakes. Back to Malbouf. Malbouf tries to find the man in front, and it will go in, and it will count. Off the leg of...
I think it was Jukes.
Jukes, yeah.
That's Jukes first.
Yeah.
I said a couple more. He was one of them.
Yeah. Looking for a 13 on the wrong roster. That's why it took me so long.
One team has a 13, one does not.
Humphreys moving in. Save made by Fry. Interesting goal call for Jukes' first.
Yeah, it was interesting for sure. I don't think Jukes realized it when he just parked his butt in front of the net, and it just ricocheted off his pad and in. I think Billy DePuy-Nesmith may have thought it was a kick at first. Dude, maybe got away with one. I don't know. We got to watch the replay.
Yeah. Jukes circling, whole way around. He'll send it in deep as he had 2 black on him. And now here come the black. Boyson moving in. Shot is blocked. Boyson down. 2-0 in front of the net. Save made by Mastretta in the splits. And now Humphreys. He's got a breakaway. And on Fry. Save made. Back-to-back good saves again for these goalies. Here comes Belsterling. Has a pass in front and can't get to that one. Petrov gets another one.
Hat trick for the rookie. And you talk about a good game in the intro that seemed like forever ago. They're 1-goal game, back and forth. No one's really had a lead for more than minute and a half.
No one's had a more than 1-goal lead this game.
Just the way these two teams always seem to end up playing each other in this kind of mentality of, yeah, we're going to keep this close no matter what that number is on the scoreboard.
Morehouse with a good defensive play to stop the odd man rush for Red. A lot of neutral zone play, and now Red finally gets into the zone. Tries to find Humphreys on the pass across, and now Black. It's Gibson. Leaves it off. Love. In front for Gibson, can't find him. A nice pass block up here. Orvitz. Holding with it, goes in the corner, finds Gibson. Gibson behind the net, back to the point of Morehouse. Bounces over his stick, and now Tomko takes it for Red. 2-on-1. Drops it back for the 2 trailers. And the pass is blocked at Fry. Makes another great save. In front, blocked and cleared. Not yet, but out of danger as Black possesses.
4-on-1.
Morehouse now on a 1-on-0 on Mastretta. Waits, can't get it past the glove. As we hit the final 30 seconds of this first period. Here comes Red. Shot goes high, wide, right to the stick of Gibson on the wrap. 2-on-1 with Morehouse. Gibson shoots, save made by Mastretta. Gibson can't get in front, but it makes its way to Morehouse and kicked into the corner by Red. Up to Tomko. Tomko with seconds dwindling. And that will be the end of the first period.
Did you give Fry credit for a save there?
I don't think it hit him.
You think it bounced right over?
Oh. Well, we will take a quick 2-minute intermission as we get back. It is Black 7. Second period of Black versus Red as we get ready. 8 goals in the first 10 minutes while we were fixing our camera, and then after that, less.
Yeah, only 5, if I have my math correct. I'm not a math major for the remaining 12 minutes or so. But back at it, 1-goal game. Here we go.
Goalies wanted to show out on camera.
Yes.
As here comes Black into the zone. Orvitz will turn it over. Kozlina will try and find Jukes, just too far from him. Jukes will have it behind the net. Gets around one. Lot of Black around him. As now here comes Boyson. Boyson will enter the red zone. tries to dangle in, can't get there. Humphreys will try and send it around, turns it over to Bellsterling. Bellsterling wrapped around in front and right to Ricky Boyson. And a 2-goal lead for the first time this game as Black takes a 8-6 lead.
Boyson really found himself at home on Team Black last year, ended up being one of the protected players at Trinity in the NCAA. The last 2 seasons have really come into his own in this league, and gets a goal here to help his team expand it too.
Great pickoff here off the draw by Petrov. As he'll move in, lost stick off the post. Morehouse can't keep it at the point. Kozlina waits, he'll move it over to Tomko. Tomko to Humphreys. Humphreys dancing at the line. Across. Back one more time to Tomko. Tomko towards the slot. Deflected into the netting.
What a beautiful read by Mistretta, realizing that pass was going high and coming out of his crease, challenging and pushing that into the netting. Mistretta had a really solid last 12, 14 minutes or so since the cameras were back on.
Cleared out by Black. Morehouse going to try and get on his horse, but can't beat Smith. Noah Smith, that is. 2 Smiths on this red team now.
Not confusing at all.
Coming in, shot save made by Fry. Clear attempt will go to Noah Smith. So he'll move that one up to Humphreys. Christian Humphreys tries to find Smith, can't do so. Sawicki will move down to Morehouse. Morehouse moves it up to Petrov, who still has it. Petrov dancing at the line, just barely loses it by a tip, and cleared up by Humphreys. He'll move it up. Humphreys toward the slot. Shot there, save made. Rebound is another save made by Fry. Back-to-back great saves in close on Smith.
Smith, the last player on red who does not have a career 4v4 goal, something to look out for. I don't know if Carson Fry's an earpiece in, maybe we can tell him. Don't let number 14 score.
Orvich's shot deflected by Malbouf in front. Mistretta had to dance back and forth for that one.
Both ends always feeling it. Well, the hectic start. Now a 2-goal game here in the 20 minutes to go. It's a nice little ease in for the first game of the season.
Yeah. Just a lot of goals, you know, your normal 8-6 hockey game.
It's a low-scoring game for our standards.
Yes. Passed out in front. Off the post. In tight was Boyson. To the point. Orvitz dances around Tomko. His shot over the net. Rebound gets blocked. With speed, it's Harvey. He'll drop it to Noah Smith. Noah Smith's shot gloved away by Fry.
You probably have a better take on this, but Fry has not progressed in a game in the NCAA this last season. I'm sure he's had his practice or so, but how hard is it to just come into, you know, a more hardcore setting, I should say, after not really getting much game action?
It depends on how those practices go. If they're very drill-based, it'd probably be a lot harder. But if it's, you know, scrimmages all the time and all that, interleague game run practices, then it probably isn't as hard, but it's still not easy.
It looks like he's not missed a beat. Like, he is Wisconsin River Falls. If you're watching, he's ready.
2-0 for Black to Morehouse, and he will bury it on the 2-0 from Bellsterling.
Beautiful back and forth there, and Mistretta just did not have a chance. And the captain, Morehouse, had a little bit of a down year in terms of his production, if you want to say that, after having, 22 goals in 23 season? Only had 4 last year?
Yeah.
Already with 2 today.
Red looking to try and bounce back. Malbouf with it. Drops it. Dropped one more time by Harvey. Tomko. Carry into the zone. Picks it up in the corner, sends it back to the point. Harvey. To Malbouf. Back to Harvey. Harvey will carry it down. Save made by Fry and covered, and a whistle.
If your team red here, I think the aggressiveness needs to pick up a little bit here. You have, as I said in the opener as well, they have a lot of shooters. They have a lot of guys who can put the puck on net. And it's been a little quiet for their standards. But we've seen red in previous years like this come from behind game. And Black just needs to hold on.
Morehouse into the zone, tries to find his way through one. Can't find a stick. Sawicki was the intended target. Morehouse picks a pocket and he has it back. Leaves it for Boyson. Boyson along the goal line, tries to find a stick of Belsterling. Bounces off his skate instead. Malbouf moves it up to Kozlina. Kozlina, one more to Harvey. Harvey tries to find him. Gibson intercepts. He'll move that one forward. Sawicki carrying in, tries to go backhand right through the crease. Across, just off the stick of Belsterling. Black is cooking right now.
Yeah, seems to be all gas, no brakes here, and Red not having an answer.
Belsterling in, misses the net just in close. Petrov loses it behind the net, sends it towards the slot. No one there, but a changing Black stops a breakaway, but 3-on-1 still. Moving in, shot goes wide. Unable to be kept in by Kozlina. But Red still with possession. Kozlina. It'll be bounced off his stick by Orvitz. Tries to find Petrov, but it'll be icing instead as he can't find a stick.
This is a golden opportunity here for Red. You have both Humphreys on the ice. You got Mario Smith, and the referee took a tumble, and it looks like she's okay.
Looks like she stepped on the puck.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, Red, this is your chance right here to get back in this game. And look at Humphreys. Going to the top of the circle. He's going to wait.
Petrov gets it off the draw. We'll send it around. Humphreys will take it out of the zone. Looks like he tricked Orvitz to think it wasn't coming his way.
He really did, and then steal it and exit the zone reset.
Humphreys steals it. 2-on-1 between the legs. What a block there on the defensive end by Love, though. Petrov tries to drop to Gibson. It will make its way to Gibson before it goes down to Petrov. Petrov across, back to the slot, holding, waiting, couldn't find possession of it. Love had a beautiful opportunity. Mistretta was down and out, just couldn't get a handle on it. Now Humphreys for Red. Wraps around behind the net. Tries to find the slot to J.C. Humphreys, and he will bury it, and it is a 2-0 game again.
Exactly what Red needed was the Humphreys brother connection. Christian to J.C., and under the 15 mark, 2-goal game. Christian Humphreys, for those who don't know, Colorado Avalanche draft pick last season. Played a little bit of Michigan, then in Kitchen the LHL. This kid got some talent. His brother J.C. not that far behind him.
Morehouse over in the front. Save made Mistretta in close on Boyson.
Like a little bit of a stinger how hard that shot came in, but Mistretta getting across, keeping his team in, make it a 2-goal game.
Snapshot from the top of the crease. I mean, that's going to sting for sure.
Oh, yeah. No matter how much padding you have, you're going to feel that.
Here come Red. Over to Humphreys. Humphreys waits. Across. Waiting down in the corner. Jukes will move it to Humphreys. Humphreys up to the FedEx logo. We'll drop it behind him to Noah Smith. Smith's shot gets tipped by Humphreys. Wraparound, and Humphreys scores yet again. And it's a 1-goal game with 13:40 to go in the second.
The hat trick from the eldest brother, JC. 1-goal game, and you can't stop the Humphreys brother connection once they get going. It was all Black at the beginning of the start of this period, and now Red's really starting to get into their groove. And when they get into their groove, there's no stopping them. 2 times in the finals in the last 2 seasons. You can see why.
Yeah. JC goes off, takes a break. But Christian Humphreys is still on the close side of your screen, down to get it. In the zone is Rosensteel. Turned over to Belsterling. He'll leave it for Morehouse. Morehouse moves it up one more time. Boyson back to Morehouse. Glove save by Mistretta.
Mistretta, another one of the vets in the Scope 44 League last year, held a 2-3 record and 8-6 goals against. Some of you might say it's a little high, but not for goal standards.
I mean, look at the score now.
Yes, exactly. Fry on the other end, 2-2 with 7.25 goals against.
Face-off won by Red. Just over 12.5 to go in this second period. Smith will send that one in, takes a bad bounce and finds its way on the stick of Love. Love will still have it. Fake the drop pass, got Tomko off his back. He'll drop it. Boyson puts on the brakes. Still spinning with it. In front. Can't find the stick of Belsterling. Find its way back to Boyson, who will find Belsterling now. Still spinning with it. Tries to send it across. Will be picked up by Love in the corner. Love into the slot. Digging for it. And it's loose. Tomko. He'll flip it forward. Rosensteel. In. Save made by Fry. Love will wait in his own zone. Moved it up to Belsterling. Belsterling will lose it. It'll make its way down below the red net. Picked up by Black. Back to the point. Shot there. Save made by Mistretta. Tomko drops that one back to Smith. Mario Smith. A lot of bodies fighting for this puck. Red tries to get it out. Kept in at the line, and now 4-0 basically drops it back. Save made Mistretta. Back to the slot, and they will score this time. It's Petrov. After the great play by Mistretta to make that save. Team is playing too offensively and bites them.
Yeah, you just kind of felt it at the end of that shift. Black was either going to have two more golden opportunities and a nice save, or it eventually was going to squeak its way through, and that's Petrov's fourth. Make it a 2-goal game.
Kozlina gets spun around there, loses the puck. Tomko behind the net. Tomko. Morehouse makes a little header there to moves up. Petrov. Orvitz back to Petrov. Backs Gibson's shot, almost hit his own teammate, missing wide. Tomko leading the 3-on-1 for Red. Kozlina back across, save made. Fry, rebound is loose and cleared out by Morehouse. And all the way down the ice, but no ice, and great distance on that by Morehouse.
Yeah, that was just a beautifully read play by the captain, keeping his team here in the lead late.
Moving in, save made again on Smith. Fry's looked strong this second period.
Yes, he really has. A lot of shots that came his way, 21 apiece for both teams thus far.
Petrov will flip that one just past Gibson. Didn't know it was coming, but found another stick. Digging for it still. Morehouse trying to bank it in. Off Mistretta. No stick for Mistretta. Boyson with it behind the net. Digging for it. He'll get it out to Gibson. Poked off Gibson's stick, but straight to another Black player, Gibson. He'll move it back to Boyson. Boyson to the slot. Morehouse digging. The puck is in the net, but the whistle was blown. Morehouse confused. Early whistle.
Yeah, it was. That puck was sitting there, and referee giving the benefit of the doubt here to Mistretta. Keeps it a 2-goal game, but Black still has the zone here.
Without a stick, too.
Yeah.
So that might have had a little bit to do with it.
A good minute or so without that stick for Charlie Mistretta.
Smith will move that one forward. Poked away. And Black going to take advantage of it again. Just past Orvitz. He can't get there. Humphreys will clear it, but smacked down by Sawicki. Smith to Humphreys. Behind the net. Tries to find his brother. And now here come Black on a 3-on-1. On Humphreys. Dropped back. Great defensive play. Sawicki corrals it. Moves it to Orvitz. Orvitz to the slot. Waits, shoots, and scores. Belsterling. And it is 11-8 in favor of Black now.
Time not in favor of Red here. What's bit them is these 3-on-1s going the other way. And when too many guys commit down low in the offensive zone and not being able to get back in time. 11-8 in favor of Team Black.
Race for the puck. Moving forward now. Petrov with it for Black. Save made by Mistretta, and he will cover it. You say time's not in their favor, but we've seen between these two teams that time can always be in your favor.
It could be a 1-goal lead, it could be a 5-goal lead. I think there's always going to be a way. A will and a way with these two hockey clubs.
Black wins the draw. Petrov into the slot. Dances around. Great save by Mistretta again on Belsterling. Petrov's shot. Another blocker save there as he makes that one go up. Gibson moves it over to Belsterling. Belsterling's pass is intercepted. Jukes moving in for Red. He has Humphreys. Great defensive play by Belsterling. Make its way to Humphreys. Humphreys' pass is blocked by Belsterling. Another great defensive play by him. Gibson will move it up. Boyson in the zone. Waits, drops the Belsterling shot. He will score yet again. Cohen Belsterling makes it 12-8, his hat trick goal in the night.
Had 6 total goals last season. Hat trick alone tonight.
And he's made some incredible defensive plays as well.
Him, Petrov. Black this season looks deeper than they had last year.
2 seasons ago had the NHLer and Zemgus Girgensons, lost him and kind of took a step back this year. So far, at least, they look like they've taken that step back.
Still missing some key parts of Leo Laishon, not in the lineup. The Northeastern commit, as well as a couple other guys. Luke Welkoskis, Talendale Signore. They're only playing with 8 guys today.
A 3-on-1, bounces over sticks. Morehouse in, and he will score on Mistretta. 13-8 with 5:30 to go in the second period. Reds look like they've lost all their steam.
They did. It's the offensive onslaught here. And another hat trick for Team Black. That's Morehouse's third as well. For Red, this is game 1. They're just getting their feet wet. You're Team Red, Ben. Nothing to be concerned about quite yet here. A lot of talent on this roster. Only week 1. You got 5 more games till playoffs.
Here comes Gibson. Gibson in, saved away by Mistretta. Gibson gets it poked off his stick by Tomko. And now here comes Red, looking to make that late comeback yet again. Tomko moving in. He will score quickly. 4:44 on the clock. I believe the 3-minute mark is when we hit that stopping clock in a close game. So I feel like Red's got to get one more, and then they can get that stopping clock.
Yeah, it got to be at least 1. I think maybe 2 might get them that. If they're being a little, time constraint here, it's 6:22. The next game starts at 6:40.
I think so.
Maybe that clock restraint might not be in Red's favor here.
Mario Smith will move that one up to Kozlina. Kozlina gets intercepted by Orvitz. Orvitz just holding it. Now with 2 Red all up on him, digging for it. Out with it is Red. Moving in. Shot is saved by Fry. Couldn't tell if he squeaked that through or not.
Man, Rosensteel, the Princeton commit there, had a little shifty move, draw Fry out and try to go up high, but what a stop. And Charlie Mistretta off to the bench here, and an early pull here for Team Red with 3:40 to go.
Yeah, they need 4 goals, so pulling them early. Not as early as the Oilers did last night.
Oh, 6 minutes, 5 minutes?
And that one just bounces wide, and we will have an icing. I believe it was 7 minutes last night for the Oilers.
Crazy. I understand the aggressiveness.
And down 3.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't have personally done it. Eddie Olczyk said he personally would, but also he got fired as a head coach. I didn't. I was never head coach.
Black playing defensively now. Humphreys at the point. Down to Tomko. Tomko behind the net. Makes its way up. Kozlina over. Rosensteel shot blocked. Tomko's shot saved away. Rebound is bouncing around. And what looks like off a hand, it is going to count.
Are they going to say voluntarily he put it in, or is it on accident? Clock stopped.
And the clock is stopped at 2:50.
They're going to give him it.
Now, I didn't see who it was.
It's Kozlina.
It was Kozlina. Mistretta will go back into the net with 2:50 and down 3 goals. Black pushing forward. Now Belsterling. And now moving forward. Turned over though. Sawicki moves that one forward. Belsterling in, and he will score. Slides it right through the 5-hole of Mistretta to take the 4-goal lead back. Clock will still be stopped with 2:30.
Looks like Red's going to go ultra aggressive here to take Mistretta off the face-off.
He only got, I believe, 6 regular season games this year, so
yep, shorter schedule.
Wins are more important, so we're probably going to see a lot more pulls this year.
Yeah, last year was a little tamer. 8-game season instead of 6.
Digging for it, it'll eventually make its way out to Orvitz. Orvitz flips it and will go over the net. Clock has not started yet.
They're really giving them the benefit of the doubt here.
Into the slot, Kozlina. Dancing around. Humphreys over to Tomko. Tomko's shot is blocked. Sent down, and Morehouse with another great job avoiding icing as they do cut some time off this clock down to 1:40. Humphreys. In, shot is there. Went for a deflection and sent the length of the ice. Digging in is Boyson. I think that was Morehouse again, who did a great job of having that not go the length of the ice for an icing.
Veteran move here from the Middlebury College forward.
Humphreys will send that one around. 1:12 to go. Tomko over Rosensteel. Down in front. Shot goes wide on the doorstep. Gibson will clear it out of the offensive zone. We're under 60 seconds to go. Here comes Humphreys. Humphreys moving in, kept at the line. Kozlina back. One more time to Kozlina. Tries to drop it to Tomko. Out of his reach. Gibson will just flip it out. And once again, not far enough. Stopped at the line there by Harvey. That one you wanted to put a little more pressure on.
Yeah.
You didn't want that one to stop.
The clock's still rolling. I think Black's probably going to favor that right now.
That is very true. Tomko blocked by Morehouse. Taken behind the net. Boyson still with it. Humphreys will catch that one at the blue line. 14 seconds to go. Humphreys dancing in will go off the stick of Gibson, and he will just hold it behind the net for the last 5-4. Out and cleared down the ice. Too many men penalty is called with 0.1 second to go. As Black will take game 1 and the playoff rematch. 14-10 the final score.
What a game. We saw the stars shining, the goaltenders seeing a lot of shots coming away. 28 shots for Black, 24 for Red. 3 different players with hat tricks on Team Black today, and a ton of GOAT 4v4 inaugural goals in their first games for a couple of players today.
Yeah, it was a great game. Sorry you missed the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was only, there's 24 goals. There was 8 of them that we missed, yeah. Hey, that's pretty good. We're over 50%. We're passing.
Yeah.
These two will have, knock on wood, the full entirety.
Red will start the season 0-1. Black will start the season 1-0. Wins, as we said, more frugal with only 6 games. So every win is going to be more important this year.
It really is. And expect to see these two teams in a similar situation they were the last 2 seasons. And that's probably around the 2 to 3 spots. Maybe 1-4, but these two are never afraid to show their true colors here early in the season. This is going to be 2 teams to watch going forward.
Yeah. So that will be it for game 1 on the slate. Game 2 will be purple versus green. Another rematch, the 1-4 from last season.
Yep.
As the reigning champions will try and start the season 1-0.
Bringing back a lot of that same roster. It's going to be fun to watch.
It'll be very fun to watch indeed. And a heated game these two had last year, so we'll see if anything carries over But we will be there in about 10 minutes. We will be back for green versus purple.
Welcome into game number 2 of the evening slate. It is the reigning 2024 Goat League champion Team Purple going up against Team Green. I'm Caden McCurry alongside me, Caleb McCabe, making his Goat League debut, as are many others on the ice today between these two clubs, as he struggled with the chair.
I was fighting with the chair.
But welcome to the Goat League. I've probably seen a lot of clips and whatnot. These two teams last year in a playoff game got into a big altercation that made its way across the internet. Saxon Robertson and Jack Nolan, both of them on their respective teams again today.
Yep.
I know it's week 1. There got to be a little bit of turmoil still brewing between these two teams.
Yep. It helps too that everyone on the ice is friends with each other. So, I mean, why wouldn't you want to go fight your friends? I mean, that just sounds fun.
Saxon Robertson is serving a 1-game suspension at some point during the season. Today it does not seem to be that day.
Today is not that day.
As he is on the ice and probably looking to find Jack Nolan at some point, who served his half-game suspension in the championship and then came out to score a goal and help his team win it all. A purple and green underway here from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. And it is the alternate captain, Matt DeMarsico, in his own zone, scored the game-winning goal for the Penn State Nittany Lions to go to the Frozen Four. Became a national name in a matter of moments and had a phenomenal season, 17 goals and 32 points with the Nittany Lions. Here's DeMarsico. Walks in, shot saved by Landon Butterbaugh, the newcomer goaltender for Team Green. Turnover here goes to Aaron Blair. Blair goes cross for Robertson, rings one off the post.
First shot off the post is not what you want for Chase Hale.
A phenomenal netminder, ended up being a keeper for Team Purple in the draft. Coming in a shot there, saved by Butterball on Kushis, one of the rookies for Team Purple. Matt Jukes dances his way into the zone. Coming behind, lifting the stick there, was Cole Biench in the Kent State Golden Flash that Caleb McCabe is very familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Saginaw, walks in, shot backhand, puts one wide of Chase Hale. Purple recollecting. Goes cross ice. The draw pass here to Jukes, stuck away there by Brody Simcoe. Recently committed to Trine University in the NCAA. Simcoe tries to walk this one backwards. Tommy Whitford all over it, the Team Purple first-round pick. And cleared out of the zone by Will O'Brien, up to Ian Kushis. In with Jukes. Kushis to Jukes. Getting a stick in was Captain Colby Saginaw. Saginaw will hold behind his own net. Purple going for changes. Green will follow suit. 2 minutes gone here, nothing in the playoff rematch between Green and Purple. Shot comes in, Hale with the save, pushes that off to the corner. DeMarsico collects and works his way up ice down the left side. His line mate this evening, Dane Dowiak, a fellow Pitt State Nittany liner. Dowiak winds up, shot rings one wide of the net. Instant chemistry between these two. They've seen a lot of ice time together, both in the Go 44 League and at the collegiate level. As Hale makes an initial stop there, and Purple can clear. Dowiak applies the pressure. Colton Mauser holding behind his own net. Mike DeMarsico leaves this off for Evan Conyon. Conyon walks in, shot saved by Butterbaugh. Cleared off the boards by Green. Blair down ice looking for Robertson. And rung around by Team Purple. Out comes Butterbaugh. Negates the icing. Simcoe skies this one to center. Looks for Saginaw. Intercepted by Conyon. And that'll float its way toward the green bench. Stays in play. Pushed back by Will O'Brien. Turned over to Green. Simcoe leads the rush. Walks into his backhand and a kick save by Hale. He wisely will cover up at the 1950 mark. And Chase Hale, the top goaltender of the Go 44 last year, kind of proving his point here early on.
Beautiful save right away. If a little bit more elevation on that puck, probably would have gone in, but no one talks about that.
Off the face-off, Saginaw shot. Hale with another stop. Had a 6-2 record in the Go 44 League last year, 8.63 goals against, which for Goat standards is very low.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Any summer hockey, if you keep it below like 8, you're doing something right.
Off the draw again, Simcoe to Saginaw. And denied by Hale. Played for Albertus Magnus in the NCAA. Had a 7-8 record of 2.54 goals against, and a 922 save percentage. Found himself at Penguins minicamp last year. Maybe he gets another invite this year as well. DeMarsico, another name that was on that list. Saganook sends one in front. The net comes off its moorings, and Hale, regardless, makes the stop. An amazing start for number 30 in the purple crease.
I was saying, first shot off the post is not what you want, but he's recovered pretty well from that.
Green with another offensive zone face-off. Both teams getting a couple of fresh bodies on. Saganook wins it to where he was standing prior, and now Purple pushing down ice. And getting a stick in there was Green, and the shot from Tommy Whitford is pushed wide. Off the boards, Davis. Down for Blair. Davis, another one that was involved in the fight, if you'd call it, at the end of last season. As a shot there is covered up, and in passing, Green and Purple with some wax, and Jack Nolan in the middle of it, to no one's surprise.
Absolutely no one.
He's an instigator, and that's why Purple loves him. I mean, had himself a really good season last year.
Over the summer, that's the most fun thing to do.
Exactly. Quick save there from Butterbaugh on Deliak. You have about 3-4 guys that can get under, each other's skin.
Yeah,
while you're having fun.
Make each other mad.
Exactly, and you get in a fight every once in a while as long as your junior team doesn't see you.
Yeah, who cares?
Should be good. Maybe us broadcasting wasn't the smartest idea for him, but hopefully he didn't get too much punishment handed down.
Well, I mean, if you win the fight, then they can see it.
True, that is true. So, you throw some hands.
Yeah.
You're allowed to fight. I don't know. I don't think the OJ allows fighting, is where he played last season, but if they do, I'm sure he probably gonna.
I'm sure he sent it to the coach.
Yes. The OHL can fight. I think the OJ can probably fight. That's just a guess, though.
I know Majors can.
Go for before you kind of are.
Sort of.
It's just like the OHL.
So sort of allowed.
This shot there is stopped by Butterbaugh as Green takes this behind the net. Biacha, the NCAA cannot. Down comes Green. Robertson works his way in. Shot. Hale comes out of his crease to make the save, and here comes DeMarsico with some steam. Matt DeMarsico walks his way and gets around one, tries to go one-hand backhand, and Team Green takes that away.
That was going to be one of those Instagram clips we talked about earlier.
Oh, yes. Simcoe trying to challenge the other way, one-handed 5-hole, and Hale covers and gets the whistle. Both teams trying to get the highlight reels working early.
Hale and Butterbaugh are having none of this one-handed game.
Butterbaugh, rookie, played for the Pittsburgh Stars, had a 21-16-1 record, a 232 goals against, and a 921 save percentage. And looking strong here in the early parts of his first GOAT 44 game. Here's Simcoe at the blue line, keeps it alive for Green. Sends this underneath for Bianchin. Looks up high, Saganook. Mike DeMarsico gets a stick in there. Gets his way down to Bianchin. Over for Saganook. Saganook behind the net, looking in front, no one home, continues his stride, blocked by Purple. They'll bring 3 players up ice, bringing Deliak for a breakaway to the backhand, can't open up Butterbaugh, and gets the stop, as Purple so close to breaking this one open.
Butterbaugh has settled in surprisingly well to this game. No matter what level of amateur hockey you play, it's pretty easy to look up and see, oh, that's Penn State's captain coming towards me. And get in your own head a little bit.
A lot of talents on this Purple squad, ranging the top junior and collegiate levels. As a shot comes in here, and Hale makes a stop and covers up. Green having a couple of guys as well. Of course, Carter Shade, a teammate of a couple of Nittany Lions, not in attendance today. But when he is, it's a very skilled player to have on your roster.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the blue line. Played over to Simcoe. One of the leading goal scorers in GOAT last season. And behind the net, Saganook digs it out for Green, looks in front for Simcoe, and now DeMarsico springs free. DeMarsico one-on-one with Butterbaugh. Glove save made, and he'll cover up with Saxon Robertson and Tyler Shaver in retreat.
Butterbaugh's 3 for 3 on these breakaways.
Wherever he ends up playing next year, he's going to look at that film and say, well, we know he can handle the breakaway okay. One thing we don't
He can handle the moves just fine.
Maybe Green might be a sleeper if any of these games go to a shootout. That's Green's top 3 players have gone 1-0, and Butterbaugh is 3-0. Davis to Saginaw. Walks in shot. Hale gets the cover up here. 13:45 here in period 1. We're approaching the longest time without a goal
I'm shocked.
in Go 4v4 history.
Normally, anywhere you play in summer hockey, you walk into the rink, like half an hour before the game starts? Normally a goal is scored within 35 minutes of coming into the rink.
Seconds.
No, walking into the rink.
Okay, yeah.
The moment you put your car in park, count 40 minutes tops and a goal is in the net.
At least.
Yeah.
Green pushes back to point. Robertson keeps it alive momentarily. Saginaw now retreats to center. Quickly played up to Aaron Blair. Blair to his backhand, walks in, stick save, rebound pops out, and a stop by Hale one-on-one with Davis. Purple pushing up ice. It's Matt Jukes. Works his way in, go to his forehand, and Butterbaugh gets a piece stretching the leg.
Jukes just lost that, or I think he had the first.
Mere inches away. We're looking for goal number 1 of this hockey game. Stretch pass to Davis. Davis walks in shot high over the net. Got to at the blue line by Colton Mauser. Leaves it for Robertson, has his pocket picked, and now Purple brings 3 up ice. Deliak to Mike DeMarsico. To his backhand and goes upstairs. I believe that one went in, and Purple
looked like it went in.
Yep. That should be 1-0 Purple, but now the other way comes Simcoe, and can't open up Hale and gets the stop. But Purple up in arms, and what should be a 1-0 game.
That went in the back of the net.
Purple wants the review. Evan Conyon, one of the captains, leading that charge on his bench. There's a little talk about it. I'm not sure if they have the...
Yeah, the puck doesn't bounce that way if it hit the crossbar.
And it's coming to center ice.
I think they called it a goal. They
All
did.
Right. So Mike DeMarsico will get the first goal of this hockey game after a non-lengthy review from the referees.
I think Purple just kind of peer pressured the refs into it.
They get the right call at the end of the day.
You did.
Unless there's another camera angle we don't have. It says that Landon Butterbaugh somehow kept it out of the net.
Everyone else in the building was wrong.
There's a possibility. A Purple 1-0 lead to start. As a shot comes in, Hale getting a piece of it. Bianchin puts one towards the net. Rolls to the top of the circle. Here's Tyler Shaver. Around for Bianchin, bounces off his stick. And all the way down it goes. Bianchin, as mentioned, no prior. Kent State Golden Flash in his freshman season last year. Got Kent State to the Final Four of the CHMA before ultimately losing to IUP. Or, excuse me, John Carroll. I believe was it IUP?
No, it was John Carroll.
Yeah. Those two teams were so close, it's hard to remember.
I blocked out that whole weekend.
Conyon 1-on-1. Falls to his skates. Rebound for DeMarsico, pushed wide of the net. John Carroll ended up winning that game. Anthony Sawicki, a member of that team, will play in the next contest. Brother of Nick Sawicki, who played in game number 1. A fanned on clearing attempt. Saginaw pushes this one out wide to Mauser. Back to Saginaw. Walks in, fires in. Getting a piece of that one was Hale, pushed off into the netting 10 minutes to go. The offensive zone draw for Green. 15-13 shots favoring Purple.
It has been a surprisingly defensive start to a summer hockey game.
This league has grown the past couple of seasons. Of course, it gets to the point if you're fighting each other in summer hockey, you got to be a little bit competitive.
Oh, you always want to win. Anytime, no matter what level of hockey you play at, your friends are on the other team, you want to win that hockey game.
Shows just early on, these guys care a little bit more than maybe they used to with winning the Cranberry Cup at the end of the day. Purple went from not winning a single game in 2023 to winning it all in 2024. Only 6 regular season games on the schedule for this season. Then the 1v4, 2v3, and the toilet bowl. The shot from DeMarco denied by Butterbaugh. So really, you only got about seven games to get it all worked out. And if you're not in the top 4, you
got to figure it out.
Out of luck. Green walks into Marsico, strips away, one-on-one, going up against Mauser. Brings Nolan with him. Jack Nolan looking, firing, and a save by Butterbaugh. Rebound is there and sneaks its way into the back of the net. Jack Nolan makes it 2-0 Purple.
Butterbaugh just lost it. He didn't see the. I don't want to say he couldn't track it out of his body because the shot came from about maybe 10 feet away from him. So I don't blame him, but he just couldn't follow the rebound out.
Got some slashes going back and forth on the way to the benches between green and purple. Historic rivalry. Nolan walks his way in. Into the corner, all over him is Green. Nolan comes out with it. A shot there by Kushis is denied by Butterbaugh. Nolan looking. Kushis in front. Bouncing puck works its way up high to Jukes. Down low to Kushis. Battling down low with Aaron Blair. Blair bounces it off the high glass. Couldn't get it out. Second chance. Gets it to the half circle. Kept alive by Jukes. Jukes walks his way in. One-on-one with Butterbaugh. Save made. Rebound is covered up here at the 7:30 mark.
So far, I would say purple has looked a little bit better.
Scoreboard matches that assumption too.
It does. It does. I would say they've been more aggressive offensively.
Purple coming into their element. It seems after they get one, it all starts to go in their favor as a shot off the draw works its way into the back of the net, and Will O'Brien, one of the new additions, makes it 3-0.
That feeds in more to just what we were saying.
Tommy Whitford with the assist, Purple's first-round pick in this year's GOAT draft. Spent his time with Suffolk in the NCAA. Cam Davis in front for Bianchin. He scores, and Green gets it right back off the Kent State forward.
That's what Green needed, though, a little reset. Start pulling some of the momentum back into their own favor.
3-1. After it was about 14 minutes in that we saw the first goal. Now seen 3 more to follow.
Yeah, this is more what you expect from a
feet
GOAT
wet.
game. Yeah, they were just warming up.
Dowiak dances around Simcoe, one-on-one to his forehand, guys. They go 5-hole and into the back of the net. Dane Dowiak, the Penn State forward, 4-1, Team Purple.
And he did what Mike DeMarco was unable to do, and that was score on a breakaway. So, he'll be holding that one over his teammate.
Mike DeMarco on the faceoff goes to Dowiak. Back this one rolls. Kanyan up ice to Dowiak. Or Ford, excuse me. Wrong Penn State player. Ford puts one on. Save made. Ford goes over, pass is intercepted. Up for Saginaw. 2-on-1. Saginaw winds up shot high over the net. Saginaw for Simcoe. Ford in the lane. Simcoe holding, shot, save made, and covered up by Hale as Zach Hickson and Mike DeMarco clearing the front of that net with Saginaw parked. And the captains exchange some words.
Some energy from the purple bench after that, too.
Yes.
They're loving it over there.
This is the game that Purple thrives on. Get the lead, then get in the heads.
Mm-hmm. Florida Panther hockey.
Exactly. Maybe that's why Penn State was so good this year. They're learning.
Maybe.
Only helps that they're...
Score first and just make them mad.
Exactly. Now they got to teach that to Porter Motone and Gavin McKenna when they get there? Or am I not supposed to say that they're going there? Maybe breaking news? I don't know.
Future Blackhawks.
Okay, you're pushing it. Definitely pushing it. Icing here on Team Purple. Our Penn State correspondent Evan Smith isn't here. He has some inside information.
He does know some things.
He's not allowed to say it. You think McKenna ends up there?
No, he's going straight to the Hawks next year. He's going to play one more year.
He's going to play at CHL or NCAA next year. He's going to completely skip his.
He's going next year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That or Michigan State seems to be the answer right now for that. And finally, a chance there for Green. A backhanded shot from Aaron Blair makes it 4-2. As Green inching their way back in.
They're getting there. This is more what I expected.
Blair had only one goal last season in the Go League. Matches that total here in the first half of game number 1. A newcomer on the Team Green this season for Captain Colby Saginaw. The shot there by DeMarsico, battled away by Butterbaugh. The captain's digging behind the net, Saginaw. Skies this one off the bench as Robertson roughed up by the referee.
Just got bodied by the ref.
Bad luck for Saxon Robertson there. Robertson behind the net. Wanted to do the Michigan, denies that one. Bienshin walks his way in. Fires one on, Hale with the shoulder save. Robertson finishing up his year at Rochester in the NAHL. Down low, Blair in front, looking for the stick of a fellow teammate. Purple comes out with it, and it's a 3-on-1 now, make it a 4-on-1. Nolan to Jukes, to Kushis, the Jukes shot, and
What a save.
Kushis. Backdoor DeMarsico, couldn't sneak one in. Kushis finds DeMarsico down low. Crosses with him. DeMarsico dancing to his backhand, still holding on in front for Kushis, couldn't put that one home. DeMarsico off the stick of Nolan, kept alive by Jukes. For Nolan, his shot, DeMarsico getting a piece of it, still holding on his purple as one goes to Tyler Shaver. Finds Cam Davis. Davis looking cross ice. Up high, this one goes, a shot, and Hale battles that one off into the netting.
What a save from Chase Hale. How Purple didn't score on their 4-on-1 with multiple backdoor wide open just looks is beyond me, but whatever keeps the puck out of the net.
If you're landing Butterbaugh, you're just going, thank God. Thank God I got a piece of that.
Thank Christ.
Down to 70 seconds remaining in this first half, 4-2 in favor of the reigning champions. Simcoe rings this around the wall. Saginaw picks it up, fires one on high over the net. Simcoe looking for a stick, deflected in front there. And Purple now looks up ice. Mike DeMarsico leads the rush. Up high to Nolan, pulls the trigger, and that will sky its way into the netting. We'll get a face-off in the green zone as we approach 30 seconds to go.
I think Butterbaugh got a piece of that. I think he got a tiny little bit with his glove, just enough to push it up into the netting.
Kanyan hopping onto the ice. The final ticks here this first half. Saginaw wanting Green to be the last team to touch this puck before our minute intermission. Up for Shaver's shot, and that goes into the netting. We'll see how quickly they drop this puck.
That'll be the period.
Yeah, they're going to call that. At the end of one, 4-2, Purple off the goals of Mike DeMarsico, followed by Jack Nolan, Will O'Brien, and Braden Ford. Green's goals coming off the stick of Colby Inchin and Aaron Blair. 2-minute intermission starts now. We'll be back for the second half of Purple and Green. second half or period, if you'd call it, between purple and green, 4-2, favoring team to your right. Cade McRae alongside me, Caleb McCabe, as we get set here for the second half of this game number 2 on the evening. Coming up next, white and teal.
Someone should realize that door is open.
They figured out they're going to get that now. The play continues.
That's going to hurt
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Especially these two. They had to go, you know what, I could put someone through that open door right now. I really could.
Right through the opening. Hit that dummy that I'm looking at back there.
Exactly. Braden Ford up ice. Tries to walk his way in. Taken away there by Camden Davis. Simcoe plays this one back. Simcoe, center, cross ice to Saginaw. In comes all 4 green players. Saginaw walks in, shot. Hale squares to it and makes the save.
I think Green's got to be a little bit more aggressive offensively here.
No zone draw early. Could pay dividends for Team Green as Hale has been phenomenal so far, stopping 21 of 23. Evan Kanye plays catch with Ford. Ford fires. Pat save Butterbaugh.
What a save.
Here comes Simcoe. Walks his way in. Puts one in front, getting a stick on it. Saginaw still loose, and Hale battles it away and cleared by Purple, as now Butterbaugh will come out to play it.
Somehow Hale kept that puck out of the net.
The reason he's why he's one of the best. Ford finds Kanyan, walks in, and he scores. The RIT commit makes it 5-2 Team Purple, thanks to Captain Evan Kanyan.
Yeah, he had Butterbaugh thinking pass that whole time. Butterbaugh got way too deep in his net.
What a skill player like Kanyan can do.
I mean, I can't blame Butterbaugh.
Yeah.
He had me thinking it was a pass, so.
A lot of open room upstairs for Kanyan. And Purple with a 5-2 lead. Kanyan split his time between Sudbury and Flint in the Ontario Hockey League. Up ice, Hickson finds Mike DeMarsico. Fans on the initial attempt, second attempt, pushed wide of the net. Hickson did not play in a professional setting this year, does attend Penn State University with Ford, Doliak, and DeMarsico. Hence the trade to get him on this roster. That happened at the draft. Yeah, if we can do trades for the draft as well here. Pretty crazy.
We can do everything.
Yeah. There's no limit. This is like a professional hockey setting. In a way. Got our own Department of Player Safety. It's just Jackson Morehouse, but it's a department.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that.
It exists. The engine up high for Mauser. Puts one in front, and a stick on net makes its way through. Tyler Shaver puts one in, and it's 5-3.
You could say Department of Player Safety.
Definitely exists. They sit in Kyle Dupas' office, top of the screen.
I mean, you could. That's a term for it.
It definitely is.
That's a term. That's one way to say it.
The engine, one-on-one with DeMarsico, leaves it at the side of the net, and Hale elects to cover. Shaver, the goal scorer, Goat vet, did not play last year, returns. Playing with Austin and Null, as many of these players have done at some point in their career.
Most.
Null, NCDC, USHL, top 3 usually.
Usually, yeah. Sometimes you get the rare BCHL.
Yeah. Cross pass here goes to Jack Nolan, and the OJHL player puts one back in the net there, and it makes it 6-3 Purple.
And I think we had to mention the OJ.
The lone player from the OJ, Mr. Jack Nolan. Zach Hickson played there 2 years ago. Now teammates. Here's Nolan. Goes across to DeMarsico. Looking down low for fellow teammates, Saginaw. It's met along the wall by Jukes. DeMarsico walking in. Turns and fires and goes bar down. Matt DeMarsico. 7-3 Purple in the onslaught. Starting to get out of hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Butterball and Green started hot.
Yep.
They started great, and then it's slowly fallen.
I said, oh, this is exactly how Purple wants them.
Green's going to go with the 5-man strategy to try to pull this one back.
Department of Player Safety does not approve. 5 men on the ice. And offsides there on Purple. So this puck will be just outside the green zone. Kushis against Saginaw. Kushis, one of the rookies entering this season. Played with Frederick Gunn in the United States Prep Hockey League. Saginaw leads for Davis. The drop pass to Saginaw on the entry. To his backhand. That's pushed off into the corner. Out with it comes DeMarsico. Cross ice for Jukes. Purple off sides. Now touches up Green. Tries to go fast. DeMarsico takes advantage. A 2-on-1. Goes across for Jukes. Can't pull the trigger. Puck still there. Kushis. To Jukes to DeMarsico. And upstairs times 2. DeMarsico extends Purple's lead.
No chance for Butterball. I'm starting to feel bad for the man at some point.
Only 31 shots so far. I've seen 32 now for Butterball.
32.
That number is just going to continue to take its way up.
It'll keep going up.
Purple not missing a beat from the end of last season. And that's still without the likes of Dane Doyak. And Ty Voigt, who played in the Eastern Coast Hockey League, a Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick. Also spent time in the Ontario Hockey League.
Yeah, he might be a pretty decent player.
There was a point last year, too, that Aiden Fink, the Nashville Predators draft pick, Reese Lawback, the San Jose Sharks draft pick, and Ben Schoen, one of the other top players from Penn State, were on this roster as well. You could see that again. Wouldn't surprise me, and it was fun to call. There's some very, very high-level plays.
Oh, yeah.
The save there from Hale. Purple brings 4 up ice. The shot comes in. Butterball squares to it, and then a save there on Will O'Brien. We'll see his brother Jack in the next game.
Yeah, playing with that RMU team last year, I do know how Butterball is feeling.
Felt bad for Reno Patrick. Faced about 70 shots to Colby Inchin's Kent State Golden Flashes in the playoffs in a 9-0 loss.
We don't mention the score.
Yeah, the Inchin's just feeling the opposite effect right now.
Yeah, it happens to all of us at some point.
Exactly.
We all go through it.
The save there from Hale. Reset here at the 15-minute mark to go. Purple last season had 5 goal scorers with at least 8 goals. So over a goal per game average.
Yeah, that's decent.
That's with a lot of guys missing time too.
So that's pretty good.
Hickson first to it, puts one off this side of the net. Cleared by Purple or Green, excuse me. Hickson waits at the blue line. Dances around one into the zone. Shot comes in. It'll flutter off a couple of sticks and out of play. This one will go. No fans going to retrieve that puck. Might just sit there. You might get it on the way out. Little souvenir.
One of the kids over here will go get it once they realize.
It'll be a race.
Yeah, it just hasn't hit them yet.
It's clicked it. DeMarsico against Davis. Davis wins this one for Green. Has some pleasantries between DeMarsico and Colton Mauser. Mauser. Up for Shaver, banks it off the wall. Has Robertson. Battling against Ford. Walks in. Save made there. Backhand attempt denied there by the netminder Hale. DeMarsico. Underneath to Mike DeMarsico. Couldn't clear it out. Colton Mauser showing off the sewer skills. To center. Ford. Breakaway. Walks in. And a stick save made by Landon Butterbaugh. DeMarsco to Ford, back to DeMarsco, opens up Butterbaugh, and the hat-trick goal for Matt DeMarsico.
I mean, Purple just wants double digits at this point. They just want to hit 10.
I don't know the answer to this, but I can't imagine their goals per game last season was not at least 9.5 at minimum.
I mean, with all these goal scorers I'm looking at on this paper, I'm going to say you're probably right.
Saginaw looking to get his team back in the game here in the final 13 minutes. It's now a 6-goal deficit, and now DeMarsico, another breakaway. One-on-one with Butterbaugh. Between the legs, and Butterbaugh flashes the leather and keeps that one out of the net. So no double digits yet here. And now shot 39 gets on the board.
Not yet.
Not 50 shots is definitely in reach here.
Oh, 100%. 10 minutes, 10 shots.
Easy.
For sure.
Mauser settles. Gives to Saginaw. 3-on-2 the other way for Green. Saginaw tries to walk forward. Takes this one into the corner. Simcoe looks up high. And out of the zone, this one rolls. Aaron Blair waits at center. The tap to Saginaw. Green with 8 players today. Purple running with 10. Saginaw takes it around. Up high to Simcoe. Blocked away by Ford. Ford, another part-time GOAT vet, returns this season after a year or two off. And now a 2-on-1. Kushis to Ford. Waiting, fire, scores. Braden Ford, second of the game, in the double digits for Team Purple.
Yeah, there it is.
If you're a gambling man, you want a lot of money there.
Yeah, I would have. I would have. I mean, not really, because when you're at 9 and you have 40 shots and there's still 12 minutes, the odds to hit 10 probably aren't super high.
What's the odds on total goals for the next 11 minutes?
Oh.
15.5? Is that too low?
Scored starting now.
And then they're just going to tap another one, and it's Little O'Brien's second. It's 11-3.
After not counting that one, 15.5 total.
Yeah, okay, that's a little low. It's now 14.
14.
It's 14 right now. We're going to extend that line a little bit.
I think we'll go to 19.5.
Okay. No, I'm going to take the under. I'll be the betting man here.
I'm going over.
I figured that.
I'm going over.
O'Brien's second. And here comes Green. Robertson. Couldn't pull the trigger. Gets one up high. Shot comes in, rings off the post. Pinchin waits at the half circle. Walks down low, gives it up high to Shaver. With a screen in front. Save by Hale. Glove down by Purple. Pinchin walks out and fires on a turning shot, and a glove save from Hale.
It's not helping my over.
You have 9:40 left. You're good.
Chase Hale can relax here a little bit. I think he's won.
I think his goals against average, he's trying to take a little bit further down than his 8.63 last year, which was second best, I believe, in GOAT, but the number one in wins with 6. Only to Green's goalie last year, Zach Ferris, who had a better goals against average. Pinchin. Cross for Shaver, one-timer, stopped by Hale. Looking for the stretch pass to Jukes. Will beat out the icing. Takes this behind the net, looking in front. No one home. Jukes spins one more time. Walks it in. Tries to go under the pad. Butterbaugh denies. Green corralling. Robertson couldn't walk his way through. Whitford down low for O'Brien. Up to Jukes. Stutter steps, looking in front, that shot and denied by Butterbaugh. Works its way out. Simcoe springs free for Green. Against Hickson, goes for the flip and the foot race. Saginaw joins. Hickson pins it against the wall. Looks up ice. Finds a man, and now DeMarsico springs free down the wall. Working against Butterbaugh and denied. Clears it up to Saganook. Over for Simcoe. Simcoe tries to go for Davis. Denied the first attempt. Second attempt, digging. Rolls off the side of the net. Saganook at center. Moves it to DeMarsico and the brothers with a 2-on-0. And just one too many is Matt and Mike not deciding which one wanted to shoot. Saganook goes up ice, 3-on-1. Aaron Blair leading the rush. Alexis shot rings one off the post. Mike DeMarsico turns it for Braden Ford. Tries the one tuck and tumbles into the wall. Simcoe dances around DeMarsico. Brings two green forwards with him. Tries backdoor, bounces off the stick. Behind that, Simcoe. Waiting. Over for Blair. Tries to go backdoor. Fights his way to Mauser as we approach 7 under to go. Kushis corralling for Purple. Up for DeMarsico, out of his reach. Icing is waved off. Cross ice for Ford, denied by Butterbaugh. Elects to play it. The over starting to get a little scary here.
I'm not liking this.
The original line was the way to go.
I have faith.
Simcoe tries to work it back. Bianchin first to it for Green. Shadowed by Ford. Kushis corrals in his own defensive zone, turns quickly up ice for a diving Purple forward. Butterbaugh comes out to play. Bianchin waits. Tries cross ice to Mauser. Sends it underneath. Bianchin waiting. Up for Shaver as Green wanted to change. Now into the offensive zone. Shaver dancing. Fires one away. Hale makes the stop. 31 of 34 for Chase Hale right now.
Pretty good numbers. It's pretty good numbers for regular season hockey.
Yeah. Let alone Summer League.
Yeah.
Mike DeMarsico 3-on-2 for Purple. Fires one high over the net. Finds his way to Ian Kushis. Gets crunched by Robertson. Robertson takes him into the wall. Kushis comes out with it. Up high to Kanyan. Kanyan walking in, fires. That one rings around the boards. Green going for a change behind the play. In front to Kanyan, waiting. And skies one off of Colton Mauser as a bunch of bodies meet behind the net. Definitely a miss, for sure.
You start to wonder if that was on purpose. If it really was a miss.
The DPOS is going to look into that one. Walking in here is Jukes, puts one off the side, and a diving Butterbaugh keeps it out. Davis up for Mauser, challenged by Kanyan. Works at the center, fans the initial dump in, and just elects to go back as now Purple brings 3. Kanyan waiting, back door, Butterbaugh, the initial stop rebound is there, and Kanyan puts home his second of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
12-3.
Yeah.
Would you be surprised if this is not the most high-scoring game today?
No.
Last game was 14-10.
Yeah, that's what you expect, not 12-3. You expect a lot more than 3.
I think it just shows A, how much Chase Hale has done well this game.
How
B,
well he's played,
Yeah, the Purple defense has been. A lot of true defenders like Zach Hickson, Tommy Whitford. Here's Cam Davis. Drops it for Saganook. Saganook gets met along the wall by 3 Purple jerseys. And here comes Whitford. Whitford against Mauser gets bodied off the puck, and Butterbaugh plays this off in the corner, and we have a penalty for a hold on Mauser. As Hickson with a couple of love taps and passing. And the first power play of the GOAT 44 season belongs to Team Purple.
Of course, it was Mauser, too. Well, I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, Mauser, Robertson, the respective instigators on the green side. There's 2 minutes on the clock here, which will take us down to the final minute of play. As Purple's power play gets to work. Conyon, DeMarco, and Ford, the 4 on the ice. Here's Aaron Blair for green. Walks his way in. Blair, the backhand. And Hale makes the stop and takes the net with him.
Tried another one-hander.
3-on-1. Ford scores. Hat trick for Braden Ford. It's a power play goal.
You got to feel for Butterball at some point.
He does.
You gotta feel for him.
44 shots on net today for Purple.
You also start to wonder if he's questioning what did he sign himself up for this
Because
season.
he didn't know. Just like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh yeah,
And
this
you see Purple. And you're like,
this will be a
no.
good time. Yeah, get to go play some hockey over the summer.
Oh no.
Go play some competitive. Get ready for the season. 13-3 first game.
Honestly, if it wasn't Butterball, this could be 20. He had some
Easy.
incredible saves.
Easily 20.
And now a 3-0. DeMarco leaves it off for Nolan. Backhand scores. Jack Nolan with his hat trick goal. It's 14-3. Suddenly your number is...
We're up to 17.
Oh, boy.
17. It was a good line.
It was a good one. Or at least getting closer.
That's just 2 more.
Down to the final 90 seconds. Bienshin up for Simcoe. Will take it in himself. Puts one on. Hale makes the save. Rebound, and it goes in.
And
Simcoe.
all of a sudden,
Oh, boy.
my line was pretty good.
It's 18. I know. Is this warranted for stop clock here? 10 moving.
I mean, there could be a
It
comeback.
could. Stop clock? Maybe.
There could be a comeback. You never know.
We've seen some crazy comebacks before. I don't know about 10 goals.
It's hockey. 10-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey. I mean, that's what they've been saying. That's what Don Cherry told me the whole time I was growing up.
And then Ford strikes back and makes it 15-4. They might have heard you on the bench for this line, because now it's
They
exactly
might have.
19.
It's at 19. What a line, though.
Play on.
I told you I wasn't worried about it.
Final 30 seconds.
Now, the problem is that they got to go down and score again for the over.
Green puts one wide. Mauser, he scores.
Would you look at that?
15-5 as Green coming home with an extra tally to their name. 20 total goals.
Told you we'd hit over.
In the dying seconds.
Told you we'd hit it.
The final. Purple 15, Green 5. I think Chase Hill's probably kicked himself for the last couple there as the goals against. Imagine if 3 goals against going into game 2.
Going into game 2, yeah, that's insane.
But the DeMarcos, Conyon, Nolan, everyone get in the score sheet. Braden Ford. And there's 15-5 onslaught for Team Purple today. And they'll do the handshakes at center ice. Sign of respect between the two.
Saxon Robertson's having none of it. He's already out of here.
Yeah, Saxon's all right. Let's go. Reset this. I wonder at some point when he will serve his suspension from the playoff game.
He'll get it at some point.
Yeah.
No,
he wanted to play Purple, I'm sure.
He'll get there eventually.
A fun game number 2 here. A lot more further stretched than the last game that we saw. That was 14-10 in favor of Team Black. But up next, Team White and Team Teal. The Toilet Bowl rematch of the 5 and 6 seeds will take the ice. Billy Depew will have the call alongside Andrew Keel. That'll take place in about 10 to 15 minutes or so. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to week 1 of the GOAT 4v4 League. I am Billy Depew. To my right is Andrew Keel. Andrew, pretty interesting start to this GOAT 4v4 League. Game 1 was a relatively close game, 14-10. Black did end up coming out with that one. And then you had, well, I don't really know what you had with game 2. You had a 10 or 11 goal win?
It was 10.
It was 10 goal win for the reigning defending champions in purple. Green, to put it blunt, did not look very good, but not to put it in negative terms, we have the Toilet Bowl rematch here for you for game 3 in this week 1 matchup between Team White and Team Teal. Andrew, as far as team composition goes, Team Teal looks relatively the same, but you got to mention 2 guys that are not here, and they are quite important in LJ Mooney and Logan Cooley.
Yeah, it'll be a big loss for Teal. 2 of the best players to ever step foot in the GOAT 4v4 League. Up there with Zemgus Girgensons from 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely 2 names that no longer on the Teal roster, and they're going to be missing. But they're going to be leaning heavily on those 2 top picks from last year, Quinn McKenzie and Braxton Whitehead. As speaking of that, this will be first overall pick in 24 versus first overall pick in 25 in Quinn McKenzie versus Brody George in White.
Absolutely, and let's take a look at Team White real quick. As I mentioned, Team Teal, a lot of returning players. Team White only has 3 players that played in the GOAT 4v4 last year. Some players coming back to play a little bit again, especially in that number 30, Dylan Borg.
Yeah, a couple of players on this White team were here a couple years ago, took a year off, and then came back this year. So a bunch of new names, relatively speaking, but only, as you said, 3 players coming back from last year, that being Zach Goldfein, Sean O'Donnell, the captain, and Alex Ondos.
Sean O'Donnell with 11 goals and averaging 2 points per game last year in the GOAT 4v4 League. In net for Teal, Ethan Blackburn played locally here at Duquesne.
Yes, ACHA goaltender. So a little club hockey action.
Both teams lining up here before we get started. Beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Thank you very much, sir.
Beautiful rendition by our new scorekeeper, Jeff.
Jeff, and also our PA announcer.
Yes.
Guys, this is the hire of the year. I don't know how well our microphones picked up that rendition of the national anthem, but that was just a thing of beauty. And with that, we are moments away from a puck drop between Team Purple and Team Green here in Cranberry, Pennsylvania at the Lemieux Sports Complex. Puck drop eventually won by White, taken in by Xavier Lieb, first-time member here in the Go 4v4 League. Passed off to Kazmik in a break. Already pass inside, no good. Teal regroups.
Brody George trying to get on the score sheet already, just a couple seconds into his first game.
Jack Edwards dumps it in there. 7 goals last year in the Go 4v4 League, taken away by White. Working down is Kazmik. Gives it up to Lieb. Shot there won't go. Saved off by Blackburn. Dylan Bork, son of the old 2-9er Phil Bork, takes it out and plays it in for White. Pass missed there to Sean O'Donnell, the captain, brought in by Quinn McKenzie. This kid can absolutely fly. Still has the puck. Battling against Mike Ferrantino. Takeaway there by White. Bringing it down is Anthony Sawicki. Played up top by Ferrantino. Played in by Valentine. White controlling the puck. Pass down low, deflected by Teal. Jack Edwards with it. Gives it up to McKenzie. McKenzie shot! Saved there by Dylan Bork. Did not have a great angle there. Honestly, I thought that would have. Valentine with it. Played up to Goldfein. Goldfein still has it. Puts it out in front. Going to be a frozen puck here for Ethan Blackburn.
It's an interesting first face-off of the game as we saw Braxton Whitehead and Brody George go head-to-head in the face-off. The past 2 first overall picks going head-to-head to start this game.
You know, it'll be interesting to see how both of their careers play out here in the Go 4v4 League, also and how they do at the pro level as well, as Carter Williams is going to take this in for Teal. Drops it off, no good. Jack Edwards with the shot there. Lieb has it, he's all alone at the moment. Lieb puts a wrister on, no good. Teal going the other way with it, that's Schaff. AJ Schaff with a wrister, no good. Stopped by Dylan Bork.
Great little push there for Teal, as both teams trying to make their way to the playoffs.
Hopefully can make a push here. You know, me personally, if I was given the title of the game, Toilet Bowl, I'd be pretty ticked off. Maybe that'll be a little bit of a motivating factor coming into this 2025 season. Going the other way is Ferrantino. Tries to give it up to the captain, Sean O'Donnell. Can't get it to go. Braxton Whitehead with the puck. Braxton still has it, puts it out in front, no good. Chipped up to Lieb. Lieb plays it back. Giveaway here by Lieb. Teal now has it. Pushing with it is Braden Imler. Imler with the backhand, no good. Ferrantino going the other way. Tries to get it back there, cannot corral it. Braxton Whitehead still has it. Broken up there by Valentine. White slowing things down as Teal gets a line change as well. And a giveaway there by Teal. Kazmik has it. Going to play it down. Teal regains possession. Great defensive stick there from Kazmik. Can't keep it though. Going the other way, Dane Ramirez. Wrister there, saved by Borg.
Teal putting the shots on early. 6-2 in favor of them as they've gotten 6 on Bork already. White trying to catch their feet under them.
And you know, Andrew, I think it's important to note that the goalie play in Game 2 as well was very good. And all of a sudden, after about that 10-minute mark, things just kind of hit the fan, more specifically for that green team. Takeaway for Teal. Nick Snyder pushing with the puck. Snyder leaves it out in front, nobody home for it. Long pass there to Zach Goldfein. Goldfein, excuse me. Plays it back. Teal might make a pressure for it. Bork is going to come out of his net. Finds Bodie Wise, excuse me. Rister there, no good. Shot there from the cap, Sean O'Donnell. Puck given up to Quinn McKenzie. He's down there with a group of other guys. Play back up top. Teal taking their time, trying to find a good shot. Quinn McKenzie still got it, puts a wrister on. Teal still on the attack. As soon as I say that, commentator's curse comes into effect. A 2-on-1 opportunity here for White and gloved by Ethan Blackburn. Great opportunity there for Xavier Lieb. Can't get it to go, Andrew.
Yeah, George as well looking to get on the scoreboard. Both looking for their first career GOAT 4v4 goal.
Lieb will take it for White. He'll win it. Played back to Ferrantino. Ferrantino looking to dump that puck back to, well, no one actually. Kamzik wasn't there for him. Lieb fights for it. Can't get it. Kamzik with it in their own territory. Anthony Sawicki making a push here. Played up against the boards. Puck finds its way to the back of the net. Wrist shot opportunity, no good. Jack Edwards with it now. Tries the long pass. Somehow it gets through. Opportunity here is good. A.J. Schaff. Third career goal here in the GOAT 4v4 League. First goal of the year for Teal. Takes the lead 1-0.
Yeah, Teal coming out strong so far this game. Teal is the only team in GOAT 4v4 history to never make a playoff. They're looking to change that this year, and that's a good start for them.
Little over 15 left to go in this first period. For those of you who are just joining us for the first time, periods are 23 minutes long with a non-stop clock until the second half, roughly around the 3-minute mark. If a game is a little bit closer, the clock can stop. Wrist shot there from Teal, stopped by Bork. Going down the other way is Goldfein. Goldfein leaves it out in front, and what a pass and score. Case Kamzik with a beautiful tap in there. Great pass by Goldfein. This game's all knotted up 1-1.
Yeah, just as Teal takes an early lead, White bounces right back. Kamzik with a great move to get around Blackburn, and he'll get his first of the season and first of his career.
Brody George and Braxton Whitehead meet again. Face-off won by Whitehead. Teal entering enemy territory. Left behind, pass right out in front, stopped by Bork. Opportunity there from Brendan Schooley, the Oklahoma forward.
Yeah, right in close with a nice tip. Bork able to smother that one and prevent a goal off that tip.
Teal wins another face-off. They're going to pull it back, though. And pushing right up again is Nick Snyder. Snyder leaves it out in front, no one home. Teal regains possession. And a little bit of a brawl between the double eights down there, and we got our first penalty of the game.
Little bit of a scuffle, and it'll be Teal to the power play. And it will be the captain, Sean O'Donnell, taking a seat for tripping. This is a good chance for Teal to take that lead back that they lost just a couple seconds after they gained it.
Sean O'Donnell will head to the sin bin for 2 minutes. Clock already started, as once again we are at a non-stop clock until the latter portions of the second half. Teal moving it around, finds McKenzie. McKenzie back to Trevino. Trevino playing with it over to Snyder. Snyder to McKenzie. McKenzie out in front. Can he get a shot? No good. Teal keeping it in. Trevino has it. Going to dump it down to McKenzie. Up top with it is Snyder. Snyder to McKenzie. McKenzie trying to find a pass. Can't get it to go. White's going to push here. Xavier Lieb can't keep control of it. 3-on-1 opportunity here. Great hustle back. Can't get it to go. Teal moving the puck around. McKenzie has it. Back up to Snyder. Snyder's taking a look in. Wrist shot saved by Bork. McKenzie gives it up to Valentine. Valentine up front. No good. Looking for the one-timer opportunity. Broken up by White. Once again by Xavier Lieb. White with a shorthanded opportunity here. No good. Long-range opportunity pass here. McKenzie's able to corral. Looking for a pass maybe down low. Almost had a wide-open net. Nobody there, and finally it goes in. You just knew that was coming. It's going to be Quinn McKenzie for his first goal of the year. Teal goes up 2-1.
Yeah, a lot of digging on that one. Able to finally get that one as Bork is pulled way out of his crease. As McKenzie will get the power play goal as the time is expiring on that power play.
10:40 left to go here in this first half. Tightly contested matchup so far. Teals has 9 shots to White's 5. White with possession now. Can't keep it in. Valentine's going to make the cross. White still having trouble getting it in. Taking it down is first overall pick, Brody George. A shot out in front, no good. A scuffle out in front, pass out front, no good.
Net's off.
And the net does seem to be a little bit off. We'll reset with a face-off. Looking for a pass back was Mike Ferrantino from New Jersey. Nobody home. White looking for that build-up. Bodie Wise, newest member, one of the newest members to the GOAT 4v4 League. He'll make a play on the puck. He's got it behind the Teal net. Pass out in front. Can't corral it. And here we go. We have a breakaway for Teal. Backhand opportunity saved by Bork.
Ackland with a lot of speed, just couldn't get enough separation from Wise.
Back and forth play in White territory. Going the other way with it was Kays Kemzik. Wrist shot opportunity here, stopped by Blackburn, and he's going to make the save.
Some great play from Blackburn on that. To our left, as he's looked strong, and White has kind of crawled back. They're only down 3 in shots. 10-3 is the current shots with 8:30 left in the first period.
And you know what's very interesting is when you look at, like, goalie stats for the GOAT 4v4 League, you see that a lot of these guys, 8, 9 goals a game, Andrew, and you think, oh, well, that's pretty bad. Well, if you consider the way that these two are playing right now, I would say that 8 or 9 is pretty bad.
Yeah, but when your average goals per game is over 20, that 8 and 9 is not as bad as it seems.
So absolutely shut down goaltending from both sides so far with 7:45 left to go here in the first half. Teal up 2-1. White has control. A little bit of a lazy pass there. Tried to find Lieb, and now Teal has an opportunity down low. Backhand opportunity, no good. Stopped by Bork. White going the other way with it. Lieb has it, heavily involved so far here in this first half. Short slap shot there from Anthony Sawicki. Didn't find anything but the side of the net there. White's going to pull back. Both teams are going to make a line change. Going the other way with it is the first round pick, Brody George. Gives it up top to Valentine, down low. Valentine with a pass off his skate, couldn't find Brody George. Braden Imler taking his time in their own territory. He's going to give it up to Tristan Trevino. Trevino with a drive. Met by a couple white defenders, of course, in white jerseys. Definitely wasn't talking about anything else. Teal's going to make a push here now. Still has it is Teal. Pass down low, broken up by Jaden Valentine. And now our opportunity arises for White. That's Brody George. George with a wrister, no good. A lot of power there on that. What wasn't supposed to be a powerful wrist shot there. Just missed the net wide. And a 2-on-1 opportunity here for White. One timer there, no good from Mike Ferrantino. Now Teal has an opportunity. Pass out wide, wrister no good from Nick Snyder. We are playing seemingly a game of ping pong right now on these possessions, just going back and forth. And a pass out in front, oh man. Opportunity from Quinn McKenzie there, just could not corral it. Very good job by Carter Williams to keep possession. Teal's going to go the other way now. That's Jack Edwards. Edwards gives it up. No good. Teal still fighting. Williams with the pass down low. No good. George Ackland with the one-time wrister there. Wrist shot opportunity. No good from Carter Williams. Great pass there going the other way is Anthony Sawicki. Sawicki, wrist shot no good. 4:45 left to go here in this first half. Teal still up 2-1, but White with an opportunity here. Pass back. No good, cannot corral it with Xavier Lieb. White still with possession, wrist shot there, blocked out in front. White still keeps control. Good job there by Anthony Sawicki. Does give it up, though. Pass down low to Xavier Lieb. Once again, the puck control mainly has gone through him for Team White. Down low with it is the captain, Sean O'Donnell. Pass doesn't get through. Jack Edwards has it for Teal. Edwards fighting down low. Backhanded opportunity, and it's good. Kays Kamzik. GOAT debut. How about another one, young man?
Second.
Knots this one up 2-2. Sorry, Andrew.
Second one for Kamzik on the day. He's looking strong.
Very good debut for the Pens Elite member. Teal wins the faceoff once again. Something they've done very well in this game is the faceoff department. Pushing down the other way is Brendan Schooley. Braxton Whitehead has it. Gives it up down low. One-timer opportunity, no good. Very close there. You could tell Bork had no idea where that puck was. Just couldn't find its way to the back of the net.
Bork was flailing, hoping to hit him.
Another opportunity there stopped by Bork. Good job from him so far in this game. Both tendies for that matter. Pass up top to Schooley. Down low. Can't find its way through. Some back and forth play. Braxton Whitehead has it. Wrist shot there, no good. White has an opportunity here. Bodie Wise has it. Wise takes it in, gives it up. Wrist shot there, no good. Wise with a rebound, fanned on it. Zach Goldfein trying to keep the possession alive down in Teal's end. Little over 2 minutes left to go here in this first half. There goes Quinn McKenzie. Kid can absolutely fly. It's going to get knotted up there, and that's going to be a penalty. Zebra's hands are raised, no good there. And that is going to be a little bit, well, not a little bit, most definitely a trip. Teal's going to have a power play opportunity for the rest of this first period. That will carry over for about a minute 30 or so in the second.
Mike Ferrantino will go for tripping behind his own net, which is not a place you want to take a penalty, is deep in your own zone.
Not at all. Racing for it. Oh, man, Blackburn knocked on his rear end, but does make the save. Pushing in the other way. That's going to be Nick Snyder. Pass up top to Imler. Given down low. Wrist shot. Stopped by Bork. Quinn McKenzie's been all over this game, Andrew. Really flying around. We knew he was fast. We knew he was going to be involved. He's going to take the face off here.
Yeah, second overall pick last year. Proving why he was taken so high.
Another face-off win for him and Teal as well. Pass down low. Stopped by Bork. 35 seconds left to go here in this first half. We're all knotted up at 2 apiece. McKenzie blocks it. White's still going to find the puck. It's going to be given up to Anthony Sawicki. Sawicki with a shot there, no good. Growled in by Brody George. Now Teal has it. 10 seconds left to go here in this first period. Let's see if Teal can get one more shot here. Pass down low. Give him back. Finds its way down low. No good. And Jack Edwards tries to sneak one in there before this first half ends. And we are all knotted up at 2 apiece. Andrew, what about this goaltending play so far?
This has been some of the best goaltending we've seen ever in the Go 4v4 League. I mean, all today there was great goaltending, and I think it's up there in some of the best goaltending in the league.
And you know, it's funny, going back to game 2, we talked about it. You and I were watching the first game for the first 10 minutes or so, and it was like, look at this goalie play. Both of these guys are really showing out, and it ended up being, 15-5. So really games could go either way. We'll be back in just a few moments here as we'll take a quick break. We are back right on cue with the puck drop. White finally wins the face-off here. Those of you just joining us, we're all knotted up at 2 apiece between the former toilet bowl matchup between Teal and White. Although, Andrew, so far I got to say, I think at least one of these teams will not be in the toilet bowl this year. And honestly, it's mostly because of what we saw from the green team last game.
I mean, that's what you want to say. I think both of these teams could definitely make a run. They both look like they've made big improvements in the spots they were lacking last year.
Out of the sin bin is the captain, Sean O'Donnell. Good kill there from Team White. Teal not able to do anything with it, and here comes the captain, Sean O'Donnell. He puts on the brakes, and what a save off the backhander by Ethan Blackburn.
Incredible, especially for a club hockey goaltender to be that good. He's looking incredible so far today.
Sean O'Donnell will meet Braxton Whitehead in the face-off dot. White now with 2 face-off wins in a row. They need to pick that up. Teal has done a really good job in the dot so far. A battle up on the boards. Teal still with possession in their own end. Fighting for it down low in that scrum, so to speak, was Schooley. Teal able to find their way out. Going the other way is Braxton Whitehead. Whitehead leaves it for Schooley. Schooley loses control, and now Sean O'Donnell goes the other way. Good job by Teal getting back. Zach Goldfein with it. Broken up there by Trevino. Trevino's pass doesn't get through. Opportunity here for White. Xavier Lieb couldn't find anything down there. To no avail. Teal's going to double it down. No ice called. Oh, and Dylan Bork with an interesting pass option there. Luckily, it did get through. Good job there by McKenzie to corral it back. Going the other way is Braden Imler. Imler with a beautiful pass to McKenzie. McKenzie with an opportunity saved by Bork. Dylan Bork looks phenomenal today. And an opportunity here for McKenzie. 2-on-1. Pass down low. Tried to get it back. No good. Nick Snyder with one too many passes.
Not enough oomph on that return pass.
A little bit of a fan there. Almost a mirrored opportunity for White. And now an opportunity for Teal comes along. Played around the net. Tries to find McKenzie. McKenzie with it. Very patient approach for McKenzie. One-timer is good. What an absolute ripper from Jack Edwards. Beautiful spot right on the point. That's easy, easy money. Teal takes the lead here early in the second half.
Yeah, great shot by Edwards. He really put everything he had into that one. As that will be his first of this season, and trying to add to his 7 he had last year.
Teal with another face-off, or excuse me, White with the face-off win, rather. Wrist shot opportunity there for Valentine, blocked. Apparently my friends and family don't know I'm at hockey right now. They are blowing up my phone and they want a link. I am not giving it to them yet. They can wait. Edwards with a pass out in front. Glove save there by Bork. Does get back out though. Playing around with it is Williams. Braden Imler with it. Imler with the pass out in front. Hard wrister there from A.J. Schaff. Doesn't find the net. Pass off top, down low, and glove by Bork.
Trevino making his debut for Teal. After the draft day trade, he was traded from red to Teal for the 2nd overall pick, as well as a 5th round pick. So Teal put a lot of eggs in this Trevino basket, hoping he can be the spark they need to make their way to the playoffs for the first time.
Teal will retain in their own end. An opportunity here for, I forget your name, Braxton Whitehead, excuse me. Apologies to the Whitehead family. I'm sure you guys are great people. Schooley cannot corral it back out to Trevino. Bork gets a pad on it. Trevino with it, playing down low. Also interesting to note, there are actual positions listed for these players. And hold on just a second, we got a breakaway coming here for Case Kismic, and no good there. Kamzik, excuse me. Kamzik looking for his 3rd goal of the day in his Go 4v4 debut. Pass out in front, blocked by Goldfein. Going the other way with it is Case Kasmic. Sean O'Donnell finds the net there, and he's seemingly a little lit up about that one there. He'll tie it up for Team White, 3 apiece.
O'Donnell's going to tie the game and take a little celebration liberty on that one, as he was excited as he finally got through for that one.
Have I been saying those numbers wrong the whole time?
It seems like it, but we just got to fix.
Yeah, I mean, don't blame the commentator. Blame the guy running the thing. Good job, Caden. Way to go. I'm just kidding. All jokes, all jokes. So Jack Edwards is actually wearing number 12 tonight, and Luke Amel is wearing number 4. Have not said his name once tonight, actually. It's probably why. White's going to make a push here. Great control. Out in front, no good. Mike Ferrantino able to find his way in. He has it now behind the net. Wrist shot there off the back of the net. McKenzie battle with it. He wins it. And a wide open opportunity out in front. Can't get it to go. Was Nick Snyder. White will answer. One-time opportunity fan there from Mike Ferrantino. He has it again. Pass down low. Beautiful pass down low. And that will go. Blackburn arguing that one a little bit because he kicked his net out a little. And that's going to be Xavier Lieb with the goal there.
Yeah, he'll finally get on the board after setting up a lot of plays throughout the day. Teal's going to complain. And speaking of that change, we do have the goal change. It will not be Jack Edwards' goal. It will be Luke Amel's goal.
You know, Andrew, I love commentating. It's one of my favorite things to do. I am not good at keeping a score sheet. I am the absolute worst. So we'll have to go back and watch this all over again, especially with the number changes. I mean, I'm just all over the place. Played off the boards for White. And a nice little hit there. Don't see that very often in the Go 4v4 league. Excuse me. That was Luke Amel with the hit there. I was about to say Jack Edwards, but that is the number change. And a breakaway opportunity for AJ Schaft's wrister is good. Not much Dylan Bork could do there. Beautiful wrist shot there from AJ Schaft, his 2nd goal of the night.
Yeah, Schaft absolutely picking the pocket right under the glove of Dylan Bork. Absolute beauty of a shot. And picked it perfectly.
He'll knot it up 4 apiece with 13 minutes to go. Definitely the most tightly contested game that we've seen in the week 1 of the Go 4v4 league. Teal bringing it in there is Schaff. Schaff with a great move there. Put someone on the floor, goal out front, and it goes in. Carter Williams finds the back of the net there, and Teal's going to take a lead. 5-4.
Back-to-back quick goals for Teal, gets them their lead back that they lost. Williams is digging. He'll get that goal, his first of the season, after putting up 4 last year.
Dylan Borg, a little visibly frustrated with himself after that one. Kind of felt like he was just, well, all over the place inside his own crease. Not much he could have done there. Pass down to Braxton Whitehead. Whitehead's going to play it around, trying to find a pass down low, and Bork is going to freeze it. An opportunity there for Brandon Schooley, trying to find his first of the year. It'll be Braxton Whitehead and Zach Goldfein in the center ice, or center dot, excuse me. Pass down low, wide open net, can't find anyone else there. Sean O'Donnell will take it for White. Sets a little bit of a screen there, great save by Blackburn off the blocker. Or what do you call it? Is that a waffle board? Is that what they call it? All right, cool. Andrew plays a little bit of goalie. He was shaking his head in excitement after I called it that. First shot opportunity for White, can't find its way through. Schooley battling down low. He still has it. Taken away there by White. O'Donnell gives it up to Goldfein. Goldfein with it, tries to find O'Donnell down low. No good. Going the other way is Braden Imler. Imler gives it up to McKenzie. McKenzie finds his way around, tries to sneak it to Rister, and somehow he finds a pocket there. Quinn McKenzie with another absolute beauty. I'm not sure how he snuck that one in, Andrew, but he found a way there. Teal goes up 2.
McKenzie harnessing his inner LJ Mooney that he was taught from last year.
There you go.
Words get hard after a couple hours.
I get you. First shot there, saved by Bork. Backhand opportunity, can't find the net. McKenzie with a pass out wide. Totally fanned there on the wrist shot was Snyder. Snyder tries a pass, bad possession from him there. Gives it up, going the other way is Bodie Wise. Wise with a wrister there, great save by Blackburn.
Just under 10 minutes to go. 6-4 the lead as Teal has run away with the shot that's 23-15. At least that's what it is on the board.
And you know, and I'll say it, the lack of defense that is, seemingly played here in the GOAT 4v4 League, the shot totals are just so important. And honestly, I am impressed with the fact that White has 4 goals on only 15 shots, as they're down 8 in that shot department. A little tripped up there. Going the other way. Pass out wide, no good there. AJ Schaff couldn't find who he was looking for on the other side there. Played into Anthony Sawicki. Gets broken up. Dane Ramirez, a name that we have not said very much tonight, plays it up for McKenzie. McKenzie plays it out in front. Patiently looking for a shot. Plays it behind the net. Gives it up to Carter Williams. Williams back to McKenzie. McKenzie's going to drive in. Taken away there from Kays Kamzik. Great debut from him thus far. A little bit of a battle down low. Great save there once again by Ethan Blackburn. Blackburn having a phenomenal game tonight, Andrew.
Yeah, Kamzik really put everything he could into that one. Powered that one, just ended up going straight into the chest protector of Blackburn and just had to hold that one.
Teal wins another faceoff. Sean O'Donnell will track this one down, does wipe out a little bit. Teal will regain possession. Opportunity out in front, no good, couldn't find Carter Williams. Going the other way is Lieb. Lieb with the pass, somehow finds him. Battle out in front, no good. Blackburn there once again. Zach Goldfein with an opportunity. Pass just lacked a little bit behind him. Henceforth, the not so great shot attempt there. Little over 7 minutes left to go in this second period. White trailing by 2 to Teal. This is the toilet bowl matchup, but this is nothing of a toilet bowl matchup. And not McKenzie. Back wrist shot there. No good. From George Ackland. White regains possession. Sean O'Donnell. Beautiful stick work there. Plays it behind the net. Battle out in front. Teal regains possession. Tristan Trevino, as Andrew mentioned, in a big trade in the Go 4x4 League this past summer. It is summer. So this summer, Teal has possession. Trevino with it. Pass out in front, couldn't find Braxton Whitehead. Whitehead down low with a couple other white jerseys battling for the puck. Goldfein couldn't corral it. O'Donnell with a little bit of a shoulder there. And a beautiful shot there. Tristan Trevino finds the back of the net there. With 6 minutes left to go, Teal extends their lead to 3.
Trevino with a big goal there. He was brought in not for his offensive prowess. He was one of the two-headed dragon of the Red defense. Him and Malbouf would literally switch every shift. Just the two of them playing defense. He was brought in to be a rock on defense for Teal. Instead, he helps in an offensive way today.
And again, I was going to say it before a breakaway opportunity happened. We do have forwards and defensemen in this league. Obviously not your traditional left, right. But it's cool to see these guys play a little bit out of their role, kind of like how Trevino did just there with a beautiful wrister. Pass out wide. Going for it is Jack Edwards. I had to make sure I said that right because of the jersey change. Sean O'Donnell tries to get that puck down low, no good. Going the other way with it is Schooley. Schooley makes a man miss. Wrist shot there, no good. What a move by Schooley, can't finish. Better save there from Dylan Bork.
Yeah, Schooley makes a man fall. Every player's dream coming in on a defenseman is to get them falling backwards. Just couldn't get it behind Bork.
You think there's anything behind Dylan Bork's father being the old 2-9er and Dylan Bork just wearing one digit ahead of him at 30?
I think it's because every goalie in the league wears 30.
That's probably a good point there. Wrist shot there, no good. See, that again, that is something that you would know and I wouldn't. A battle out in the Teal territory. White does come away with it. They trail by 3. Puck out in front, pass out in front, no good. Couldn't find the first-round pick in Brody George. First overall pick. Goldfein will play it in for White. He's going to chase it down. Goldfein a little bit bigger of a forward for this White team. I would say a pretty decent counter to teams like Teal who have a big defender. And a wrist shot there, no good from Brody George. McKenzie absolutely flying right towards Bork. Leaves a pass behind. Wrist shot there, no good. And dumped down in the other end. No ice, obviously. White does make their way down there. Brody George, first overall pick in the 2025 GOAT 4v4 draft. hustling his way back on defense as a 3-on-1 opportunity for Teal is here, and it's good. McKenzie with the pass to Nick Snyder. And they're going to make it a 4-goal game with the clock stopped at 2:54.
Yeah, it is a 4-goal game. I think that's the limit for them stopping the clock because we have seen 5 goals in 2 minutes before. So it's not impossible for this White team to come back, as we mentioned in that first game, which was the 2 teams that it happened in.
Oh, and what a beautiful face-off win here for Teal. Is a wrist shot opportunity, no good. George Ackland with a beautiful face-off win, just couldn't get it to go on Bork. Going the other way is Mike Ferrantino. He finds a man over there, he gets it back. Ferrantino with a wrister. Out in front was Sean O'Donnell, just couldn't find it. Schaff with it in the other end. Blocked by Goldfein. Goldfein with a pass to the captain, O'Donnell. Pass out in front. Just missed there by Xavier Lee. And a breakaway opportunity, 2-on-0. Goldfein does get back. Backhanded opportunity stopped by Bork, and he'll freeze it. 2:04 left to go here in this second half of the last game of week 1 of Go 4v4. I'm still amazed by, even though Bork has led up 8 tonight, I'm still amazed by both goalie performances on each side, Andrew.
Yeah, both have looked really strong today.
O'Donnell tries to tip one in. Teal gets it back. Blackburn with a beautiful save. Out in front again. Blackburn all over the place. White cannot find anything right now. Edwards all over the place. Loses it. O'Donnell tries to find something. Teal's defense is just on top of things right now. Minute 30 left to go. Didn't even realize White pulled their goalie. Out in front, can't get it to go.
It happened. The rush for Teal happened while the goalie switch was happening, so Bork is still on the ice just expecting a goal to happen. Not even getting on the bench.
Wrist shot there. No good. Broken up there by O'Donnell. It's funny, Bork still has not hit the bench. That's okay. And a goal there. With 1 minute left to go, White makes things a little bit interesting here. Jaden Valentine with the goal there with 57 seconds left to go in the second half.
Bork will now finally make his way onto the bench. As White now, with 57 seconds to score 3 goals. Just a goal every 9 seconds.
Taken away by Teal. White can't keep it in.
Clock was not started, so a little bit of extra time for White.
And a pass here, an opportunity, and there's going to be a penalty. And who's heading to the sin bin here?
It was offsides. It was not.
Oh!
It was not a penalty. It was offsides.
Oh! You know, you don't see that very often here. That's why I was so enamored with the call. White playing with one extra man on. O'Donnell takes it in. O'Donnell looking for a pass. Doesn't have one. Puts it on the backhand. No good. A battle out in front. McKenzie has it. He'll get it back. And what should be a goal. And what a stop by O'Donnell to no avail. Put the nail in the coffin there. A.J. Schaff is going to put a bow on this one. Teal makes it a 9-5 game with no Dylan Bork in the net with 23 seconds left to go in this second half. And Andrew O'Donnell heading back to the bench. He is absolutely gassed. Great effort there to get a stop on the puck. Unfortunately, couldn't do anything with it because the rebound opportunity was there. Wrist shot opportunity for White, no good. 10 seconds left to go. Teal with a 3-on-0 opportunity. And they're just going to make a bunch of crazy and stupid passes to end this one off. And one more goal sneaks in there. Dane Ramirez gets on the board for the Teal team, his first goal of the year. And that's going to call it for this one, folks. Teal with a 5-goal win, 10-5 over Team White. Honestly, very good game up until probably those last few minutes there, Andrew.
Yeah, I think it was an incredible game. These two teams definitely proving that they can make the playoffs this year. And I think there's a strong chance that they both will. Teal looking to make the playoffs for the first time in their team history. They win this one 10-5. Back-to-back toilet bowls for them the last 2 seasons, winning the first one and then losing last year. So I believe losing both of them, if I'm not mistaken. They had the first and second overall pick 2 years ago, so they didn't matter who won that game. But I'm pretty sure they lost that game, lost last year as well. So they're looking to strike and strike strong this year.
Naturally, a team that has back-to-back high first-round picks will, eventually have some sort of success down the road. As you mentioned, I think we'll start seeing that from Teal going into this year. A lot of these teams didn't change, though, Andrew, right? I mean, granted, there was a lot of movement, especially for Team Teal. They got a lot of guys back, but, missing out on 2 of the best players in the entire league will definitely shift things around, and they did so accordingly. Acquired Trevino. Those first-round picks finally starting to come into shape. Teal looks really good. I thought White played pretty good as well, up until, again, the latter portions of the second half. Case Kazmic, though, what an awesome first debut tucked into there for Team White.
Yeah, Kazmic had a great game, had a couple early ones, had a couple great chances near the end as well. Has a great shot. He's going to do good in this league, I believe.
Well, folks, that'll cap off the night here for Week 1 and Go 4v4. I'm Billy Depew. Andrew Keel to my right.